morning, everyone, and welcome to Check It Out, the library talk show that lets you know what's happening in and around the Bethel Park Public Library. We're your hosts, Elaine Volpe
and Christine McIntosh, and I wanted to start out by talking about Party in the Park.
Such a fun time.
So we had a joint fundraiser with the Bethel Park Community Foundation, the library, and South Park Theater on Saturday, April 23rd at the theater, outdoors.
Couldn't have asked for better weather.
The weather was amazing. It was very sunny, and we had a great time. So we had approximately 300 attendees. We had some walk-ups that day, so we had planned ahead with the caterer, and we had 17 sponsors, and we could not have done it without these sponsors. And thank you, Andy Amrine, because he's always good at
Yes, he is.
at politely getting sponsors. And Evie's was a platinum sponsor for the event. So in addition to, it was like kind of a cocktail party. We had wine and beer and
Some
really
fun finger
good
foods.
Yeah, we had mini burgers, mini hot dogs, mac and cheese. It was a lot of fun. And we had over 70 kids come as part of that 300 people. So
Yes, we did. It was great to see so many little happy faces.
And Miss Elaine had a scavenger hunt for the kids and a craft table.
That didn't stump anyone. So it was an alphabetical scavenger hunt. And I thought maybe X would be a stumper.
What did they get for X?
Apparently there was a xylophone in the theater, back in one of the rooms. But some other people had like other creative answers. I forget. I don't know if someone saw like an X on a license plate or something. I was
Okay.
like, that works.
Yeah.
But anyway, they did a great job with the scavenger hunt and with the mask craft that we had.
Yes.
There was a great sneak peek at a children's
There was.
performance. I can't wait to go see them perform.
I am actually getting, I think, all the tickets to the children's for the I think there's 5 or 6 performances.
I want to go to the adult ones too. I'm thinking about getting.
Well, I want to bring my nieces.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Well, those I think you can only buy at the door, just FYI.
okay, well, that's good. Well, I'll talk to Lorraine.
Yes.
So I just want to thank Lorraine Mazansky and Emily from the South Park Theater and their volunteers that did tours. We had Penn State Master Gardeners there to talk about the garden that was recently planted. Doug Oster and his gardeners came and planted thousands of bulbs, and then the Penn State Gardeners have agreed to take it over and keep it up. And I also want to thank all the volunteers from the Bethel Park Community Foundation, from the library and the library board, and also from the theater that helped. We wrapped 40 baskets. And then the
Just
day
set
of.
up and tear down.
Yes,
and
it was a
all
lot.
that
And my
stuff.
husband, I have to thank my husband who stayed and helped us tear down as well. So it was a great event, and yes, we are going to do it again next year.
Yay. Just look at the before and the after pictures. It was so dramatic. I mean, that courtyard just looks so
I know. It's
beautiful,
really
now.
beautiful.
And
So much has happened. Again, thanks to Andy Amrine. So much has happened
Yeah.
at the theater with updates, with windows and painting and new patio and all. So
so if you're looking for something fun to do this summer, outdoor, local, not very expensive,
right.
Dinner and a show at South Park Theater is the way to go.
Yes, and look for some more partnerships between the theater and the library.
Yes, which is very exciting.
Yes, we are going to do musical theater trivia night.
Yay!
So we're going to kind of do it in a Battle of the Books format.
Love it.
So you have a team. And
I don't know why I'm getting excited because I stink at musical trivia,
Oh,
but you know
I
me in
like
games,
it.
so I'll
Yes,
still
any
be
game.
there.
Yes.
Yeah,
Miss Elaine's
I
competitive.
just need somebody, on my team that is
Jimmy,
in for music trivia. Do you think?
musical theater trivia.
Oh, it's musical theater
musical-
trivia,
yeah,
right?
you
Oh,
need
yeah,
Jimmy.
Jimmy would be
Jimmy be the man.
the one to have on your team. Yes.
Yeah. So we have a couple interesting programs for adults coming up during the month of May. We have Home Buying 101 on Wednesday, May 4th at 6:30 p.m. This is an interesting one. We have Family Court Basics. It's presented by Pennsylvania for Modern Courts. That will be held on Thursday, May 5th at 6:30 p.m. So they'll cover topics of from family court like dependency, divorce, child custody, child support. So, and then they're going to do another one, and I think that's not till June, but they're doing one on like PFA, protection from abuse orders. So, information that people may need but are not comfortable asking about. So, we have Uniquely Me, which is an author event on Thursday, May 12th at 6:30. This is presented by author Susan Mellon. This is an interesting one. Dare to be Tick Aware. This is a Lyme Resource Network program that was originally created with the CDC and the Pennsylvania Department of Health. So they'll talk about, I guess there's different kinds of ticks and how to help prevent them when you go out, even like cutting your grass or when you're out walking your dog or, you know, in my case, my cat. Do you know my boy?
You don't walk your cat,
my
do you?
boy cat, I don't put him on a leash, but my boy cat, every day, he'll go to the door. Like I'll let him out on the deck if I'm out there, and every day he'll go to the door and I'll be like, go ahead out on the deck. And he's like, no, I'm not going. We go through this probably 3 times and then finally.
No way.
He's like, he will not go out the first time in the afternoon unless I walk with him around the perimeter of our yard.
I've never heard of that.
My neighbor was like, is that a girl cat? I'm like, no, that's a boy. He goes, I cannot believe how well he listens to you. He will follow me, and I go, come on, Sebastian, let's go. And he runs to the next spot, and he goes, meow, and I have to pet him. Then we go to the next spot, and he'll wait, and then he runs over to me.
Have a little routine.
Yes, and it's weird. And Bill says even Sebastian's trying to get me to exercise more. So.
Oh, please.
But anyhow, the Dare to Be Tick Aware program is Thursday, May 19th at 6:30 p.m. And then we have a special needs trust planning workshop on Thursday, May 26th at 6:30. That's presented by David Frick. He's a CPA, financial professional with AXA Advisors. So if you have a person in your life that has special needs, they'll discuss like that PA ABLE plan and some other things. And new movie release Tuesdays. Rob shows the newest blockbuster every Tuesday morning. We say 10 o'clock, but we don't open until 10, so it's usually about 10:15 by the time it gets started. So come on in and watch that. I think that's, another reminder. You know, now we're hopefully post-pandemic.
Okay.
So we are allowing our musical instruments to circulate. And I know we talked about this a couple months ago, but I just want to remind people, we have 6 guitars. We have added a full-size keyboard that you can check out and borrow for 3 weeks, and also an auto harp. And I wanted to bring it down, but it's currently checked out. So
Oh, that's great, right?
yes, so just a reminder that, you know, and we also have other cool stuff. We have mobile hotspots that we've had a little delay, but they're here now, and they should be out by mid-May. What else do we have? AV equipment, lights, digital recorder, and
GoPros,
we have a GoPro. And then we have those experience kits, which I love too. And we have new museums and art places. I don't know what to call them for this year. So you check out. You get a pass for 4 and I know the only one that's the same from last year is the Heinz History Museum. But then there's others, and next month I'll have the full list. But it starts in June.
Is there one for Andy Warhol Museum?
There was one last year for the Warhol. I'm not sure I don't think they're on there this year. So they'll be rotating annually. So if you used them last year, come on back in next month in June and see there'll be a whole new, I know one's the Westmoreland Historical Society. But I'll bring them. I love it. I really love it. So you get it's just a card. It's a laminated card, and it gives you checkout for 4 adults, or 4 people. And then there's some information about the site, and then there's usually something that you can click on. So like while you're there, you can learn about some of the other stuff.
And we should mention those are not requestable.
They are not requestable. You have to come to the library and check it out, and when you return it, you cannot put it in the book drop. You have to bring it back to the front desk. So that is what's going on for the month
I feel like we
of
should
May.
also mention library app.
Oh,
There have been a few kinks I've heard from patrons, but we are trying to iron those out. Overall, I think we've had great success
really
with this
great
new
success.
app.
Yeah, it's easy to use. It's all right there. So if you have
check out your own items, which I think is pretty neat.
you can check out your own items, and I've not tried that
I have not either.
because I'm at my desk. I can just check them out. But yeah, if you haven't checked out the library app, download it. And if you have any questions, come on in, and Rob, Katie, Linda, me, we'll help you. We'll help you figure it out.
Yep.
Yeah. So that's what we have going on.
All right, so over in the children's department for the month of May, we don't have as many programs. That's only because we're gearing up for the summer. We do have a few here and there, so you definitely want to check our website. If you still have a flyer, you're going to notice that there's a few programs remaining on there that are still occurring, but we are starting to wind down. The one big thing that we have happening this month, though, and I'm so excited about it, is our annual art gala. Now, this used to be a one-time in-person event, you know, in the evenings for families to come to. We had, you know,
Red
cheese
carpet.
and some, that was for Children's Choice
Oh, that
Awards.
was Children's Choice.
We didn't
You're
do
right.
that for the art gala, but it was a fancier event.
It was a fancier
right?
event, yes.
Because of COVID and we didn't know what restrictions were going to be like, we didn't have the in-person event. But what we decided to do was turn the children's department into an art gallery and leave it up for the entire month of May. So instead of having a one-time event that's usually held in May, we're going to leave it up for the entire month and showcase young artists' work. So we got a little over 80 pieces as of yesterday.
That's a lot. That's really great.
So we're excited. We'll be mounting and hanging those this week. And come Monday, our gallery will be open for visitors. So please come on in and check out our artwork. We'll have things up, everything from like, you know, toddler paintings to some beautiful teen artwork. And there's all different forms as well. So come check it out. While you're here, we encourage you to fill out a compliment card. So you can leave artists little notes, little compliments on their pieces, drop that into the box that we'll have up at the front desk, and then we make sure that they receive all those cards when they get their artwork back. And I think it's just an extra way to make them feel special and to recognize their work and to let them know that we appreciate their work and that they participate.
Especially since we're not having an in-person event, because the artists would stand near there and you could talk to them. They would stand near their piece. So this is another way to let them know that people have looked at it and do appreciate.
Yeah, so if you stop in to admire it, please make sure you fill out a compliment card or 2 or 3 while you're there. I brought down just a few samples that we didn't mount yet. This one is called Cool Cat. Well, you would probably like this, huh?
Yeah,
Cool
I like
Cat.
it.
It's by Emily Osliger. She's 8 years old.
That's an Egyptian cat.
And then we have one that isn't this beautiful.
I love that.
It's called Heart Rocks in Marchesa. Who's only, I think she was 2.5. Probably did this with mom or dad's help, right? But such a beautiful piece.
Yes, the rocks are really, they're shiny and gem-like. They're very cool.
So that's just a sampling of what we will have. And then I was just going to give a sneak peek at summer because come June 4th, we will be ready to go with our annual summer learning program. And this year's theme is Oceans of Possibilities. So on June 4th, we're going to turn the department into, it's going to go from an art gallery to an aquarium, a library aquarium. So we invite you to stop in between 11 a.m. and 2 p.m. And just find out some more fun facts about different sea creatures. Check out some books while you're there. Each station will have a to-go bag that either has a craft, activity, or game inside. We'll have some snacks out in the courtyard. And it'll be a good time. And of course, that's your time to first register for the program. You can come to any of the classes, of course, but we also host a separate summer learning program. And this year we've simplified it. It is the same for birth through teens. So you're going to get a list of activities when you register in your little packet. There's 32 activities in all. You can repeat them, but every time you do an activity, you're going to fill out a little bookmark, come back in, drop it in for the basket of your choice. We're giving away 6 raffle baskets in all. We have some nice themed baskets up there. So these are activities to choose from. You can also do a reading bookmark. Of course, we're always going to encourage you to read. So you'll color in a starfish for every 20 minutes. When you have all 6 starfish colored in, that means you've read 2 hours, of course, and you'll drop that in for a prize. So 2 different bookmarks. Now, I just want to briefly mention with the 32 activities, you know, how is it spanning from a 1-year-old all the way to a 17-year-old? I just want to mention that, of course, you know, you're not going to want to do everything on the list, and that's okay. Or you might want to modify something on the list, right? Number 1 is make your own bubble solution. Is a teen going to want to make bubbles and blow bubbles? Probably not, but maybe, or maybe with a younger sibling. So skip that one. You don't have to. Is a 2-year-old going to be able to make a diorama?
Probably not.
Modify it, right? And maybe with some help they could. So you can modify, you can pick and choose, you can repeat. I just want to make sure that's understood.
And I understand that I missed the filming.
The promo, which maybe we can show if there's time in this episode. A lot of fun. You always are a part, so
I
we
love doing
missed
it.
you for
Well,
sure.
thank you.
And your singing voice, because
Oh, my flat. I'm very flat all the
No,
time,
think
but
you
I
have
do it.
You have a good singing voice, and I don't.
Well, thank
so
you. No,
yes,
you,
you're
yeah,
welcome.
you and Sarah both.
Where were you?
sing
Oh,
well.
you were in Nashville.
I was in Nashville for my first anniversary. Yes.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
next year.
Yes, indeed.
Down by the bay,
Down by the bay,
where the watermelons grow,
where the watermelons grow.
back to my home,
Back to my home,
I dare not go,
I dare not go.
for if I do,
For if I do,
my mother will say,
my mother will say,
did you ever see a whale with a polka dot tail?
down by the bay,
Down by the bay,
down by the bay,
where the watermelons grow,
where the watermelons grow.
back to my home,
Back to my home,
I dare not go,
I dare not go.
for if I do,
For if I do,
my mother will say,
my mother will say,
did you ever see a narwhal balancing a beach ball?
down by the bay,
Down by the bay,
down by the bay,
where the watermelons grow,
where the watermelons grow.
back to my home,
Back to my home,
I dare not go,
I dare not go.
for if I do,
For if I do,
my mother will say,
my mother will say,
did you ever see a crab taking a dab at another crab?
down by the bay,
Down by the bay,
down by the bay,
where the watermelons grow,
where the watermelons grow.
back to my home,
Back to my home,
I dare not go,
I dare not go.
for if I do,
For if I do,
my mother will say,
my mother will
did
say,
you ever see a shark swimming in the dark?
down by the bay,
Down by the bay,
down by the bay,
where the watermelons grow,
where the watermelons grow.
back to my home,
Back to my home,
I dare not go,
I dare not go.
for if I do,
For if I do,
my mother will say,
my mother will say,
did you ever see an octopus tickling a platypus?
down by the bay,
Down by the bay,
down by the bay,
where the watermelons grow,
where the watermelons grow.
back to my home,
Back to my home,
I dare not go,
I dare not go.
for if I do,
For if I do,
my mother will say,
my mother will say,
did you ever see Miss Sarah flipping her hair off?
down by the bay,
Down by the bay,
down by the bay,
where the watermelons grow,
where the watermelons grow.
back to my home,
Back to my home,
I dare not go,
I dare not go.
for if I do,
For if I do,
my mother will say,
my mother will say,
did you ever see Miss Nancy acting all fancy?
down by the bay,
Down by the bay,
down by the bay,
where the watermelons grow,
where the watermelons grow.
back to my home,
Back to my home,
I dare not go,
I dare not go.
for if I do,
For if I do,
my mother will say,
my mother will say,
did you ever see Miss Heather looking for treasure?
down by the bay,
Down by the bay,
down by the bay,
where the watermelons grow,
where the watermelons grow.
back to my home,
Back to my home,
I dare not go,
I dare not go.
for if I do,
For if I do,
my mother will say,
my mother will say,
did you ever see Miss Megan grooving and shaking?
down by the bay.
Hi, friends. We chose to sing the song Down by the Bay because this year's 2022 Summer Learning theme is all about water. We're turning the children's department into an underwater scene, and we're so excited for you to come visit. We're going to offer you an ocean of possibilities with all of our classes and events. In addition to the classes and parties, you'll also have the chance to earn raffle tickets by reading and completing fun activities. Bookmarks will actually act as your ticket, so you'll complete a bookmark and then drop it in for the prize of your choice. Will you go for prize number 1?
Prize number 1 has everything you need for a night of family fun. Whether you choose to play a game or work a puzzle together, this gift basket has everything you need for a fun night with your family.
Or prize number 2?
Basket number 2 is a crafter's delight, full of everything you'll need to make your own masterpiece.
Will you go for prize number 3?
Prize number 3 is a science sensation. It includes an Ocean Animals dig set, a virtual reality headset, and more.
Prize number 4?
Prize number 4 gets you ready for poolside fun. Whether you're heading to the pool or going to the beach, you can fill your beach bag with all of these fun things for a day of fun in the sun. Don't forget your flip-flops and your sunblock.
Or prize number 5.
Prize number 5 caters to bakers with everything you'll need to whip up something special in the kitchen.
Maybe you'll shoot for prize number 6.
Prize number 6 includes a stuffed narwhal and a $25 gift card to Learning Express.
No matter which prize you choose, or whether you win or lose, we guarantee you'll have a great time this summer. Because it's going to be fantastic. Truly, it's going to be jawsome.
So, yeah, and then just a slew of programs that we're really excited to offer for all different age levels. We have, our regular story times will be starting back up.
Wait,
we'll be doing
talk
Ocean
about-
in the Motion.
Talk about May story times. Where are they going to be?
So those are talking about new partnerships with South Park Theater. One of the things that still is happening during the month of May is our story time on the stage. So even though our weekly story times are over here, we're going to have an outdoor story time at South Park for you to come and enjoy. Now there's no registration because we're outside. We don't have to limit it. But I am encouraging you, if it looks like it might rain or if it's been raining, to either call in to make sure we're having it or check our social media pages. I will be sure to post on Facebook as well as Instagram if we do need to cancel due to weather-related reasons. Otherwise, we'll see you at the stage every Tuesday in May at 10 o'clock.
That's going to be awesome.
I'm so excited.
I know.
Yeah.
Very excited.
So that's in May, and then, like I said, summer stuff coming up in June, and we're just really excited.
So I just have a couple announcements. First, I want to thank the Upper St. Clair Bethel Park Breakfast Rotary Club. I attended their Night of Giving recently, and we got a grant from that Rotary Club for to support the summer learning.
Oh, how wonderful.
And you would be very proud of me because I was very specific because, I always say summer reading because that's...
Yes, we
So,
are.
I said, okay, wait. I go, thank you. This grant money is going to be used to support summer. And I hesitated and I go, learning. And they all laughed. And I said, well, when I was doing children's stuff for years, it was a summer reading program, but it's more than just reading.
Absolutely.
So now it's summer learning. So yes, I want to thank, and especially to Danielle Gosnell, who was our Rotary sponsor, that said, hey, apply for this grant. So,
yes, thank you.
and because Memorial Day is coming up, just the library will be closed on Sunday, May 29th and Monday, May 30th in observance of the Memorial Day holiday. So that's all I have.
I think that's all I have too.
Okay.
Well, as always, if you have any questions on any of the things that we talked about on today's show, well, you know what to do. Go ahead and give us a call,
Visit our website.
or better yet, stop in and see us in person. See you next month, everybody. Take care.